Yes, I am still in this room today. I have made the attempt to stream outdoors again today, but it did not work out and it got dark by the time I actually figured it out, and there were people where I wanted to be, so I am not ready for that right now, so we are here again. Hello, welcome to day 21. Really excited to talk about the topic for today, and it is benchmark. So before we get started, I want to share the intentions of this 28-day live stream challenge. Hold on, I'm realizing that it's not the right one. So today's live stream, I usually choose a topic each day that focuses on a core concept or a milestone for the age of the day of the number. So today, since it's day 21 of the live stream challenge, I'm focusing on a collective theme from age 21. And when I choose these topics, sometimes it's based on my own personal experience being that age, or it's literally just a core theme that everyone universally understands as being a collective theme for the age. So, hold on. Change the song, hold on. Let's do this one, I like this song. And today I chose a topic of benchmark because when we're 21, we are, in the States, we are legal to drink. We could buy drinks. We could buy this thing called alcohol, this beverage that gives you a buzz or you get drunk or whatever. Like, you have the agency to get it on your own. So when I thought about that, because it's such a universal thing known for the States, 21 is when you could finally drink and you could buy drinks. I wanted to do something related to that, but then I was like, wait, but I don't want to talk about drinking. Like, why would I want to do that? So then I thought about, okay, well, when we first learn how to drink, from that experience, you have to learn how to gauge what you could handle, or like that experience, like what are you comfortable with? What is your body comfortable with? What are you comfortable with? So then when I thought about that, I thought about, when we're 21, we are creating benchmarks for ourselves. So like, hi guys, welcome to stream. I'm explaining what today's topic is. So I got the topic of benchmark because when we're drinking, when we learn how to drink, we are also in our own bodies and in our own thoughts. We're gauging like what's happening to our body and our thoughts. Like, okay, like in the movies, like they say you're supposed to feel dizzy. So when is it coming? So you're like creating these benchmarks that have been instilled in you through movies, through other people you know, or whatever it is. And so I was like, benchmark! So then that's why today's topic is going to focus on benchmarks. And from that, I'm not going to talk about drinking, of course. I'm going to be talking about how we create benchmarks for ourselves in our day-to-day of our comfort level for, or appropriateness for, like, how do we, in our day-to-day, no matter what age you are, how do we, like, feel what's right for us? And how do we create these benchmarks? And how do we identify other people's benchmarks? And when I say benchmarks, I mean more like I've been trying to look for another word because benchmark is kind of confusing for me right now, and that I'm thinking about like goals. But that's not what I'm trying to talk about. I'm trying to talk about, like, I want to focus on the area Like, how do we create our scales? Like, how do we know in our own understanding what a failure is to us and what a success is, and also what is healthy and what is unhealthy? So how do we create that scale? How do we create this benchmark for ourselves? So we're going to be talking about that today. And for those of you that are tuning in for the first time, so usually I pick a topic for the day, and I'm doing this for 28 days. I want to be present with the world, sharing my energy and myself, just being myself with no limits, no anything. Like, it's just me, like, learning how to be present with the world. This is a space that has been created because I decided, you know what, I'm going to see what becomes of me trying to express myself, and this is what it looks like. Like, I'm trying to learn how to show up, and even if I'm not ready, like, just show up, because our energies are very valuable, and I'm at a place in my life, and my pace in life is that this is what I could offer to the world right now. So this is what I'm doing. So usually I share why and how I chose a topic at the beginning of the stream, and then
only on friendship.
And then
is one who is always wanting to.
Sorry, I have SoundCloud on and I don't have the paid version, so there's advertisements that go on. Hold on. And I'm gonna put some repeats so it doesn't. And usually I try to ground myself and be present. Like, I'm trying not to think about the past or the future. I'm just here with you guys, being present with the topic, and I try to ground my energy by playing the piano. I don't have it on right now, but I usually do that. And then afterwards, I just kind of share my stream of consciousness, my thoughts on the topic, and then we are present together, and I look at chat and we have discussions of our stream of consciousness. And another intention that I have through this live stream challenge is also to gauge. So this is related to today's topic. Like, I want to gauge what it feels like if I literally have no limits and I'm not trying to check any boxes off. I'm literally myself with the world, in my space, during my time, giving myself to the world. What would that look like? So that's another thing I'm trying to gauge. Like, what am I comfortable sharing? What comes out? Like, what does me not limiting myself look like? And in terms of, like, me sharing my thoughts and my presence and my energy. So this is what we're doing. And the reason why I'm sharing my intention over and over again for this live stream challenge is because there's a very particular reason why I started this 28-day live stream challenge. And so I wanted to make this space as clear to the world as it is for me, because I want to share this journey with you guys. So that's where I'm at. I'm gonna look at chat. Hi Em, welcome to stream. And yeah, so that's why I always, in the beginning of the stream, I'm learning how to set my intentions and share my intentions in the beginning of the stream. So that's a huge accomplishment, because I just kind of get into the zone of playing the piano, share the topic, and then I talk about my intentions in the middle of the stream. So now we're doing it at the beginning of the stream. So that's why I keep repeating myself if you've been watching me for a while. And yeah, so yes. And in light of turning 21 days old, cheers. And no, I don't have, oh my god, there's hair in it. This is not alcohol, it's just water, but just cheers. I also use this cup because it's my favorite cup. I got it when I went to go study abroad in Europe, I went for a semester to Denmark, and they have this huge thing about mustaches there. So a lot of their products in their city have mustaches, and they're known to be a bike-friendly city. So there's a bicycle right there. So that's why I always have it. I've had this cup since 2014. So it is. I mean, I'm usually streaming for about 2 hours, so I'm usually on during this time, but I did start later today because I couldn't choose a topic for today. So I was like contemplating it. And as I'm playing the piano to just kind of be here, be grounded, I want to ask you guys to scroll down to the description below, and I have like 2 paragraphs on like the brain dump that I have of today's topic. So if you kind of wanted to get a taste of what types of things I might be talking about, you could look below. So let's do that. Okay, turn that off. So I like to share whether or not it's my first time playing the piano for the day. So today, right now, is the first time I'm playing the piano for the day. So let's see what happens. By the way, I have moved this setup so much that I don't have it in the same place as I usually do because everything's moved around. So that's why it looks different a little bit. Okay, yeah. Okay. I don't really like how this is in my face. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay, it's okay. Our presence is what's important. So again, thank you for joining the stream of consciousness for today. I'm feeling I don't know if it's because I spent like half an hour just sitting here before starting live stream to prepare for the topic. So I feel a lot less panicky than usual from the beginning of the stream, but I am feeling a lot more calm than usual at the beginning of stream, because usually I'm like, I need to breathe, I need to do this, but I'm feeling pretty calm right now, so that's why my energy kind of seems different. Not everything has to be perfect, but I do want the piano to be straight, so I'm going to try to make it straight. Okay. So welcome to stream. Okay, I'm looking at chat. M says 21 was a benchmark for me. I realized I was getting old. Yeah. I mean, the thoughts are coming through my head, so I'll just share. But I remember I cried during, I don't know if it was my 21st birthday or 22nd birthday, but I remember I cried at a friend's house. She invited all our like floor mate friends, and there was a lot of people at the apartment, and I remember crying after they sang happy birthday to me because I kind of reflected on where I am in life, and I'm just like, this is not where I expected to be. And I was crying not because I was happy, but because I was so disappointed in myself. I was like, I thought you would be like, I thought by now you would have figured out who you are, or not who you are, but like what you would be doing after college, but you're still not sure. So I remember crying because I'm like, I'm not where I'm supposed to be, or something like that. So I have that memory. But yeah, I realized I was getting old when I turned 21. And because, wow, thoughts are coming through like really fast today. Why am I so close to the wall? Hold on, I think that's why I feel weird. Let's do this. Yeah, just wow, everything is different today, isn't it? I remember what else do I remember? Oh yeah. I remember when I went to college, I was in the dorms, and I was one of the few transfer students on my dorm floor because I decided to live in dorms because I wanted that experience, right? I've never had that experience. So I remember when I was 21, I was like one of the 3 students on the floor. Maybe there might be like 30 people on the floor of the dorm. We were on the 6th floor. I remember like people would always come to us and be like, hey, can you like get alcohol for us? But I remember feeling old then too. But it was funny because even though I was 21, I wasn't like, I never drank. Like I remember I bought alcohol for people, but I didn't drink. And then I got really close with my floor mates, and it just naturally happened. Like I tried it and I was like, oh, like you could have fun with it, okay. But yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I'm gonna check chat again. Oh, okay. Hi, someone just joined stream. Welcome to another late night of our stream of consciousness. Today we are focusing on the topic of benchmark. And I chose that because when you're 21, it is the benchmark for you to not start drinking, but you're allowed to drink. Like no one's gonna be like, oh my god, you're drinking. It's like, oh, okay, like yay for you. Like you could drink and it's okay by society. So I wanted to take that concept of benchmark and then talk about what our benchmarks are in our day-to-day, if you are older than 21, like how do we create our own benchmarks? Like what is the relationship we have with that? Because sometimes our expectations, I feel like, are broken, and maybe our scale, our benchmarks, maybe they're rapidly changing, and so you kind of feel out of control, like holy crap, I thought this was gonna be I don't know, like it doesn't work out. Okay, I'm gonna play piano a little bit. I'm getting a little everywhere. Also, I don't know if you guys care about this, but when I was walking my dog tonight, I saw that there was a full moon, and I've been more aware of the full moon since a couple years ago when Okay, so I need to address something. So I refer to... should I share this? See, I'm gauging if I feel comfortable. I don't think I feel comfortable. Okay, never mind. But anyways, through someone that I knew very, very well, he would always be like, oh, like people are acting strange because it's the full moon. And I've never heard of that before. And ever since then, whenever the concept of full moon pops up, I think of, oh, there must be crazy people outside, like weird people outside, because it's the full moon. But anyways, I saw a full moon tonight, and I was thinking, like, am I one of the crazy people outside? Because I was frantically like looking for a space to do live stream, like in the dark. But I recognize I'm probably going to talk loud, so the neighborhood's gonna hear, and I'm just like, okay, never mind. But yeah. like, if I compare how I feel at the beginning of streams or the first like 30 minutes of the stream of my previous, like all of my previous streams, I'm usually feeling very, like, my energy, if I compare it, it feels like, like it feels like this, like it feels like very fast, like there's so much energy, I don't know how to like go like this, I'm just like, okay, there's so many thoughts, what do I share, or sometimes my mind goes blank and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm on live, what do I do? But right now I feel very like I feel very calm. Oh, hi, someone just joined too. Hello, welcome to a late night stream. The reason why I say late night is because I realized that some people watching are not from California, they're from the East Coast. So if you are, I appreciate your presence with us. I tend to be a night owl. I want to be a morning person, but I'm not. And sometimes I could be, but it's temporary, which means I'm not a morning person. But I'm a night owl, and yeah, so. Really present with this time, just present meaning like I'm not thinking about what's happened, I'm not thinking about what could happen, I'm just like unfolding with you guys, with the world, and sharing my energy with the world. And we are on day 21, and today's topic is benchmark. I don't create these live streams to teach necessarily, or like that's not my aim. My intention is just to revisit with the world on like foundations of a like milestone of an age group. So today, when you're 21, I chose like in the States, when you turn 21, you learn how to drink, you're recognized to be legal to drink, you're not crazy for drinking, like you could try drinking if you want to. And with that topic, I got benchmark, because as we learn how to drink or we try something new, our benchmark for how, I guess like the way I'm using benchmark is expectation. Yeah, because whenever I say benchmark, now I'm getting confused because I'm not. I think I mean expectations for a new experience of our awareness of something. So I wanted to talk about that. And when I talk about it, I just share anything that comes to my mind, and I'm sharing with you guys because I'm also learning how to freely be myself and with no limits. So yeah, I'm sharing that experience with you guys. So in the process, if something comes up in your mind and you want to share something, feel free to share it in chat. Because I think, because the more I thought about my intention of this stream, because believe it or not, I had days, like even today, and even on day 2, I like stop and I go, wait, why am I doing this again? Like, do I have to do it? Can I just like not? Like, I don't, what am I gonna talk about? Like, what? But then I realized the main intention of this challenge is to unfold with the world, to share my energy, to show up. And I needed that, so. Because I think, so I'm 28, that's why it's a 28-day live stream challenge. And I feel like the past few years I've been, or maybe like majority of my life, I've been like trying to be myself, but then like I lose myself and that I get like attached and I get like I try to fit boxes. I try to do this. So I don't think I had 28 straight days to just freely be myself. Just kind of sad to think about, but like and when I say be myself, it's not like I'm always lying. It's not that. It's coming from a place of I had so much insecurity within myself that I felt like I had to be a certain type of person or do certain things or say certain stuff or think certain way or like, but I did it because it didn't come from a groundedness perspective or like that vantage point. Sometimes it did, but then again I would get like this because then I forget my groundedness or like I don't hold on to my groundedness. I always give my power away, if that makes sense. Power? Is power a good word? No, I wouldn't say power. It's like my value. So I think I would start from a place of like, to this person, I'm not valuable, so I have to say or read or do certain things to be of value to this person. So then I kind of lose my ground, if that makes sense. So this live stream challenge is also like a space and time for me to practice and also know how it feels if I'm fully speaking my truth the way I think and the way I feel and just express, like whether it's piano or we haven't done other stuff yet. But so far I've been like expressing myself through piano. I tried playing the flute again in front of the world, which was really interesting because I did it without practicing, which I realized was, oh my god, like this live stream challenge is really changing me because the Jennifer that was full of fear of other people's judgments would have practiced the flute before going on live stream, but I did not. So good job. And also the guitar. But yeah, so things like that. So I also realize I'm not alone in this journey. Like I think all of us have to go through that period where, or not period, but you have that moment where you stop and you think and you feel and you're like, what am I living for again? Wait, what am I in this, like at this company, or like what am I in this friendship, or what am I in this, like, because I had that moment happen to me kind of in, I wasn't ready for it at the time, but when I look back, even though I didn't feel ready for what's to come, which was the foundations of how I felt grounded, both of those two entities completely just disappeared. I literally felt like I wanted to disappear. And so I wanted this live stream challenge to be a testament for those of you. Maybe people watching this have already gone through this, so you're like, oh my god, but she's like sharing it with the whole world. But I want to practice how to be fully myself and unapologetically. Like this is all on my terms. This is like I'm showing up in the way that I want, with the little exception of my mom's feedback, saying like I should have makeup on and like I should look a certain way. But other than that, like this is I'm showing up the way I want and with the energy I want and with a clear intention. So for me, that's really powerful because I'm benchmarking for myself. I'm going to give you 28 days to be fully yourself with the world. Be unapologetic. Just do it. Just be yourself. See what happens. So I'm going to look at chat. I haven't looked at chat. M says... M says... LMAO. Okay. I don't know when you wrote that in chat, but okay. Thank you. M says, I feel you. Or sometimes you adapt to those around you and you're not 100% yourself. Yeah, and it's not, and I'm not blaming, oh god, my face is covered with this thing. I'm not coming from a place of, that's really bothering me. I'm not coming from a place of saying like, oh, those around me in my life, made me feel insecure or made me feel like I had to hide myself. It's not that. It came from, I always want to address this whenever I share my stories of like what happened to me when I had that realization, like, holy crap, I have to heal myself. It's because I had a very deep down insecurity and within myself and traumas that I didn't heal from before, that I didn't even know were traumas. Like this is way before. This isn't what happened at the end of last year. But there were things that I had to face that I wasn't, and it made me feel like that was the only way forward, to be someone that can be someone that is understandably worth value in that other company or the other person's viewpoint. And yes, I need to do that when I want to apply for a job, yeah. But I think what needs to happen first was me feeling comfortable in my own skin. And I know my worth and I know my ground. Like, what am I okay with? What am I, and it sounds really easy to a lot of people, but for me, that was something I had to face. Yeah. And being indecisive isn't a bad trait, but I think when I think of it in terms of a spectrum, being indecisive is coming from a place of, there's different parts. Like, you could be literally indifferent, like you really don't care and you're indecisive. You're like, okay, like if that happens, it happens. If that happens, it happens. But I really don't care. You could be coming from a place of that. So I did have that for some decisions in my life, some circumstances in my life. But my decisiveness with, like in my decision making in most of my day-to-day was stemming from, I don't care for myself, and I want the other person to feel fulfilled. So because I was feeding that energy again and again and again, I think that's why I like my ground. I always use my elbows for illustrating my point because I don't have a... Maybe I could get like a mirror right here, and then I could write on the mirror. No, then it's gonna be weird. Anyways, so my ground was like, the more I gave my worth to someone or something or some entity else, it like went like this. And then I think by the time the time I really had to face what was happening, and that like I literally just, I feel out of control, was when the two things happened last year. So yeah. Benchmark. I am watching. Oh, hi Tim, welcome to stream. Tim says, you are more open about yourself in your streams than I have ever seen of you. Yes. I think a lot of my friends too would be really surprised when they watch. I don't even know if my friends watch my live stream. Like, I'm not broadcasting this to my community because I'm using this opportunity to practice being myself, and it's not, I think the like understanding of me even doing this live stream challenge, like some people may be thinking, oh, like she's just trying to get more subscribers. Well, yes, but my main intention is to gauge how I feel and be comfortable in my own skin, and how that feels if I'm like fully myself with no walls, no insecurity, no, and if there is an insecurity, I talk about it. Like, what would that even feel like? What would that look like? And so this is kind of like an experiment for me, and also for me to find my confidence in my own skin. So that's probably why you think it's really weird, Tim. So for those of you that are watching, you're like, who's this Tim? So Tim, we used to work together at the previous company I was at. So yeah, that's how we know each other. Tim says, being open can only help you work out your feeling. Thank you for sharing your life. Thank you for tuning in and watching me grow. And I'm getting like, some people are like, does she not have friends? Like, isn't this what friends are for? I think this is a different experience in that I'm literally experimenting, in that I want to know what it feels like because when I'm with friends, like, they already know me, and there's this like, not that they put me in boxes, maybe they do, but like this is me literally just, what would it look like? What would it feel like if I'm literally unfiltered and to the world? So, yes. So me doing this doesn't mean that I don't have caring, compassionate, loving, thoughtful friends and family. I do. But this is me trying to, from a place, because apart from this live stream, every day I've been working on myself, in that I've been trying to feel myself again, and feel in control, in that I understand myself, of where I am and what I'm like. And also another thing I am practicing each day, and I think it's due to actually talking out my thoughts on live stream and sharing my intentions out loud with the world. It's been like instilled in me, I think, because I've been doing it for 21 days. If I catch myself saying or thinking, I wish this could have happened, I wish and I should have done this, or whenever I hear that, or like say it if I talk to myself, or if I'm like, when I journal, I just journal unfiltered, but when I think or talk about it, or when I'm talking to my siblings about something I'm going through at the moment, when I catch myself saying, I wish this would have happened, I wish he could have done this, I wish I could have done this, I wish, when I say that, I catch myself and I immediately say, no, come back to the present. So yeah, that's a development that happened a couple days ago. I caught myself doing that. I'm like, holy crap, I'm like, so, like, I'm changing. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm just saying I'm more in tune with, like, right now. Like, I am focusing on right now. And it's very liberating. I still can't sleep at night. I don't know if it's because I'm, like, invigorated. My soul is invigorated. And then, like, I get ready for bed. And then I'm supposed to fall asleep, but I can't. Maybe that's why, because I'm, like, invigorated and I'm thinking of all the things that I went through. But yeah, I am having a good journey so far. Good in that I feel and sense myself changing. And this is not to say each day I don't have struggles. Like, I do have moments where I feel like crying and I end up crying. But then I allow it to come out. Like, I cry and then I journal, because the journal is my best friend. So, but yeah, thank you for recognizing that. Thank you for recognizing this is very important to me. Em and Tim, you guys have been watching my journey since the beginning of this live stream challenge, so thank you. And again, I'm not doing this live stream challenge to say I know everything. It's literally me gauging, benchmarking what it feels like to be me. And I have the privilege to be able to do this and have the, like, time and this space to be able to do it. But on your day-to-day, I mean, do you guys, it's, like, really hard to ask this question. I've never asked it before, but, like, if you don't mind sharing, if you want to share, where are you on your journey? Like, what's your pace? Oh, this is a question that I had. So, you know how so you know pacemakers? So when you go to the hospital, people who can't breathe are given pacemakers, and pacemakers, if I'm correct, they are like these oxygen tanks, and is it? Wait, they might not be. Hold on, let me look up pacemaker. I might be using it wrong. Pacemaker. A small device that's placed under the skin in your chest to help control your heartbeat. It's used to help your heart beat more regularly if you have an irregular heartbeat, arrhythmia, particularly a slow one. Implanting a pacemaker in your chest requires a surgical procedure. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, so I was using it wrong. Anyways, it's the same interesting, it's the same principle I'm trying to get at. What is your... Okay, so pacemaker, I've now learned, is something inside your heart that helps keep your heart beating. So, we have, what am I trying to ask? I'm trying to ask, and you could answer this on your own without sharing, but I want us to think about, what is your pacemaker? What keeps your, no, not heart beating. What am I trying to ask? Okay, I'm just gonna play piano until it comes back to me. YC? Is it VC or YC? YC. This is Mrs. YC says toothpaste. And then Tim says pacemakers for the heart. Pacemaker. Why did I bring that up? So I think I was trying to get at, in terms of benchmarking for your like growth, whether it's in your career or personal growth. What is your, like, what do you use to benchmark for that? What is your pacemaker? No, that's different. Never mind. Take away pacemaker. What is the benchmark you use for personal growth? Yeah, I want to focus on that. What is your benchmark for personal growth? For me, because I'm such a feely person, like a very feeling, emotional person, and that's something I can't change about myself. That is a very core part of myself. Like when I also realized something about myself that I didn't want to face, and it's if something, and this is related to the trauma that I think I've had when I was a child. When something so emotional happens, I immediately shut off. And I kept myself from facing that and changing that and telling myself that I am trying not to shut down and that I'm working on it, but I realized it was literally an excuse. Like I wasn't really trying to heal that part of myself. And what this is about too is me learning how to share that. And I know it's in the form of, as much as I really appreciate getting to know you guys while we're on stream together, like I know like this type of deep unfolding, deep conversation, this is supposed to be with people you're close with, but I believe that so something that I wanted to reclaim for myself was that this experience right now that I'm at on my pace of finding myself, not finding myself, but like feeling myself again and grounding myself, is that I've accepted I'm literally not going to be a conventional person, because that's basically what I'm trying not to do, because doing that made me lose myself. So with that in mind, to me, this is what I need on my pace. Sharing myself with the world. I have gone through, so how do I share what was going somewhere with this and then I just lost it because I keep thinking over my thinking and then I lost it. But I'm gonna look at chat. Tim says, what keeps me going in my life? I think what I want to ask is, what benchmarks did you create for yourself for your personal growth? Oh yeah, and then that's why I came down to my emotions, because for personal growth, I wanted to feel comfortable in my own skin. And I remember whenever I used that, I didn't feel comfortable in my own skin. I always had to feel, and I don't want to use always, I felt like I had to like always present, always like offer something, always, okay, I'm not trying to use always, but I felt like I had to prepare. And so I think I was waiting for that moment where things clicked for me, but it didn't. I tried, like I would get all these books about self-help, about how to articulate effectively, how to be an influential person with simple habits. Like I've been feeding myself a lot of information, but I felt like during my day-to-day, I felt that there was a disconnect, because I felt like there was something, a part of me that I couldn't bring out in the interaction, whether it's with strangers or whether it's with coworkers or whether it's with a loved one, or whether, like, I felt like I was incomplete. There was something I always have to work on. I think that's good, in that I work on those things that I feel like I didn't have. But now on my journey, I'm realizing I'm already enough, and I'm trying to stick to that energy and stick with that groundedness, knowing that I'm already enough. And I'm trying to share what I already have. And when I say share, it's not like monetary or possessions or whatever. Like, of course, that'll follow if that works out. But I'm sharing my energy. But yeah. So this is YC on chat shared many messages, but they were all retracted, so I don't know what they were. But yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah. Oh yeah, and today is Wednesday, my favorite day. I fully understand that once I am integrated into the workplace again and all that, like, things are going to be fast paced. There's people with different opinions, with different perspectives and different life paths, and I'm going to have to deal with that energy and learn how to integrate my energy into that. I know that, but right now I'm focusing on what feels right to me and grounding myself, so that once I do integrate myself into society again, I'm interacting and sharing my energy from the position of this, not like this. There's no ground. So that's what I'm trying to work on. And I know it's not always going to be perfect. But I'm only gonna focus on the present moment wherever I go. Even when there's deadlines. Let's say there's a deadline for, okay, most recently I had a deadline for a voiceover audition. And they give you about 5 days. And I'm not worrying about that. Like I like in the present moment, I like strategize, and then I just focus on the present moment. I'm trying not to worry about the future. I'm not trying to like dwell on the past. So that's something I'm working on right now too. But yeah, Tim says personal growth, trying to be more helpful with the people around me, break out of my introverted self. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, and also I want to like give a shout out to Tim because I've been apart from this 28-day live stream challenge. I've had like spurts of creativity where I listen to my inner gut feeling, and I have spurts of confidence where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna show up, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna put this together. And I would upload videos, edited videos on YouTube on my life journey and like how I'm coping or what I'm going through. Because again, even then I recognized there was an energy. If I do have energy, I always want to share that energy with the world. And it's apart from validation. It's like me literally feeling like, oh my gosh, I can't just contain this by myself. I need to share it with other people. So during that journey, since December, Tim has been very supportive in that he like watched my videos and he would always like send messages of encouragement. And so thank you for being present in my journey. It meant a lot to me, so thank you. Okay, I don't know why, but this is YC sent 2 more messages on chat, but they've been retracted, so I don't know what's happening, but yeah. Okay, so yesterday, for the topic of light, what time is it? It's 10:45. Yesterday during chat, I looked up synonyms and antonyms for the topic. So let's try that for benchmark. Let's try that. Benchmark. Do they even have benchmark in here? Or maybe you could like look up expectations. Benchmark. I don't think they have benchmark in here. They don't have benchmark in here. What's another word for benchmark? Benchmark. Not expectations. Benchmark, test, evaluation. Let's do evaluation. Evaluation. Benchmark. Benchmark. How do you benchmark your personal growth? How do you test? How do you evaluate? Let's do evaluate. Evaluate. Wait, I don't X, Y, Z, so X, Z. Do they not even have evaluate in here? No, they do. Wait. They do. Oh, okay. So we have for evaluate, appraise. Here, I played the music here before. Let's do that. evaluate, benchmark. It doesn't say benchmark, I'm just saying benchmark. Benchmark, appraise, assess, calculate, estimate, judge, rate, value, weigh. Antonyms are guess and hazard. Hazard. Evaluate. So the opposite of evaluate is hazard? Oh, like don't look at it? Interesting. Appraise, assess, calculate, estimate, judge, rate, value, and weigh. Benchmark. And I think what's important about the reason why I chose that benchmark concept again is because in our day-to-day. Okay, I pressed something weird. Hold on. Oh my god, hold on, what's wrong? Hold on. Okay. Okay, we have Tim says the definition of benchmark is a standard or point of reference against which things may be compared or assessed. Okay, thank you for that. I think the takeaway I wanted to get to at the end of the stream was wait, what? How long has it been? Hold on. 1 hour and 3 minutes. Okay. We'll probably cut it short today since it's late. Is I think benchmarks for personal growth and for career should be just first stem from yourself, because each person is so unique. And it's great if you somehow stumbled on your life path and your life calling early on in your life. But for people like me that are interested in so many things and are very emotional, I want to encourage people like me, individuals like me, where you're full of emotion and you are interested in so many things. Not to say that some people aren't interested in so many things, but I mean like you feel called to many different directions. That part of you is unique. It's not something you should hide. It's not something that you have to fix. If you do, if you feel that way, then maybe it means you, because I did go down that route. I felt like, okay, well, time's passing, so I have to pick something quick. Like I just have to pick something and I'll just like focus on it. But like, I don't want to live my life that way. I want to be fully present, and I want to if I'm at a pace in my life where everything is interesting and where okay, I'm gonna talk about right now. So like right now, my pace in terms of where my life is going, we are starting at like the basic foundational core fundamental the essence of just being. Like I'm trying to be strong in this, in what I am right now. And this doesn't mean my skills, this doesn't mean my my background, it just means my existence, just me. And feeling comfortable being me wherever I go. So that's where I'm at right now. And taking it day by day. And as I am doing that, I feel a lot more confident since day one of our live stream challenge, when I started showing up for the world and with the world. So I'm not gonna expect anything to happen on the 28th day, but so far, from day 1 to now, I don't know if you guys could tell if you guys have been watching me since day 1, but I feel so much more comfortable relative to then in my own skin, sharing myself. And again, I am different than most people in that I feel like I don't have anything to lose. In that, and it's not coming from a place of like, I didn't know that I would be here. I wanted to disappear, and if that were to happen and I look back on my life, along the way in my life, yes, I have changed some people's lives. I've made a positive impact, but I want to leave something in this world where I am fully sharing my energy the best I can, and I am present with the world. And how do I explain this? And me sharing these stories, I try my best not to mention stories or like specifics of those I care about, if in my narrative how do I say this? Like I'm being mindful. Like I do share openly like my thoughts, but I do try and not I'm not throwing anyone under the bus. My intention is to share my energy, my story. My stories are my energy, and my experience is my energy. I want to share that with the world. Why am I talking about this? I'm talking about this because... Why am I talking about this again? Why does this always happen to me? I'm trying to explain again my intention for this experience. I think this is an opportunity for me to unfold as I am. And this sounds very hippie, but that's how I feel. Like I'm literally unfolding as we are live together. The only thing that was planned for these live streams is that I would just show up. And I picked the topic either right before the live stream or on like the morning of the live stream, whatever like speaks out to me, like something I want to share with the world. And not from a place of, I know a lot about this topic, or I have a lot of experience in this topic. It's more something that resonates with my pace right now. So again, for those of you tuning in, I choose these topics based on a core collective milestone of an age group of the day, the number of the day. So today is 21. So I focused on like 21 starting to get recognition for something as an accomplishment. Like they can finally be okay drinking. Like that's an accomplishment. So I used that experience as my topic, and then I was like, but I don't want to focus on drinking. I want to focus on something like core fundamental of that experience. And it's basically when people start to drink, they benchmark what they could handle. So then I was like, okay, I'll take benchmark, because right now in my life currently, I am creating benchmarks for myself, new benchmarks. And right now what the new benchmark I created for myself right now is to align yourself. What does that feel like? And what does it look like if you are sharing this process of honing in yourself? Like, what does this process look like if you're not just journaling this, or if you're not just meditating on this? What does it look like physically? And so, yeah, that's what's happening. And I think each day as we do these live streams together, throughout the day, I think about how my intentions are being more clear as I do it, and I realize how powerful this experience is for me and hopefully for the world, because again, I feel relatively more comfortable being myself. And my family noticed it, and it makes me really happy because it doesn't, I think also staying true to yourself and living your truth, and that you are grounded in yourself and you're able to speak from your truth. I know this is something you learn when you're young, but I obviously had like a fallout of like within myself, and I lost my ground. But I think if you meet someone who is grounded, so when I fell in love with this individual because he was so grounded. And I remember telling him this when we were meeting, and I don't think he recognized what that meant, but it's that feeling where when you embody your truth and you're so sure of yourself, and it's not coming from a place of pride or ego, it's you literally, you know where you are, you're so grounded. It unlocked during that time when I met this individual. This was years ago. I felt like I felt activated, and that's how I fell in love. And so what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say this pursuit to grounding oneself, I think for me, I'm not taking it lightly, literally, obviously, but my hope, another extension of the intention I have for this live stream, it is a lot about me, but it's also hoping that me literally unfolding in raw form in front of people of the world, it activates something deep within you too. Not to say that you're not activated, but I hope my energy has some sort of impact on your pace of your personal growth in life. But if not, I hope this is entertaining. But again, my intention is not to... My first intention is just to be present with the world and share my unfolding and my energy and my expressions of who I am. And I don't even know, as I'm doing this, like what would come about. But as I'm doing this, I'm getting comfortable in my own skin and learning more about myself. And yeah. I think there's something going on with chat, because this is YC. In chat, the message is getting retracted, so I don't know why that's happening. It's out of battery again. Let me just gonna turn it off. This always runs out of battery. I need to learn how to charge that before stream. But my... Oh god, I lost my train of thought again. Fudge. I lost my train of thought. Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna play some guitar. Why don't we change it up? I know it's late, but I'm feeling it, so I'm just gonna do it. Because again, this is an unfolding benchmark. And I'm recognizing if there's something that sparks, if something feels, because I'm coming from a place of not feeling anything for a while, or not wanting to feel anything, if I feel something, if I feel drawn to something right now, I am allowing it to be. So Tim in chat says, I did learn from you about life in New York. When I watched your videos, I saw the city in a different way. It made me feel comfortable to travel there someday. Yeah, I had such an amazing experience going to New York, but I'm really glad that you enjoyed my videos. That makes me really happy. I haven't traveled to New York without having a friend. I haven't traveled to New York yet staying by myself. I went to go visit a friend. So if I don't know, your experience might be different if you travel on your own. But yeah, I'm really glad that you enjoyed my videos. That was such an amazing experience. It was so fabulous, and it felt like, I know New York is known for musicals and shows, but my experience there felt like I was in a musical. People around me were just talking to me about life, and like it wasn't coming from a place of like, oh, can I have your number? It was more like we're just literally talking. And I'm not used to that because I'm not used to that here. Like it would happen maybe like once a month, but in New York, and the thing is, when I got to talk to these people, like people selling like photographs on the street, or people at the store, wherever I was like window shopping or something, they would always be like, and it wouldn't be coming from a place of nosiness, it would just be like literally they're just enjoying their present moment, and they see this tourist looking individual in the store, so they're just like talking, and yeah, and things happened. Like I felt like I was in a musical. Things were just happening. It was just such an amazing experience. And I met, oh yeah, story time. I think I talked about this in another stream, but I met another YouTuber on accident, and now we're really good friends. So I was trying to get back to New Jersey because that's where I was staying at with a friend, and I was spending the whole day in New York, in Manhattan area, and from Manhattan to New Jersey it's like a 25-minute train ride. And I remember my battery on my phone was running out. It was like 7%, and I was freaking out because I was like, I still have to get from the train to my friend's place, but to get to my friend's place I have to walk 30 minutes, but I don't know how to get there, and I don't have my charger with me, and I'm freaking out because it's never happened to me before. What am I gonna do? I don't even know my friend's like address, I don't know. I was freaking out. Anyways, so then at the Path train station, oh yeah, I did tell this story. Anyways, fast forward. There was this lady that was sitting next to me, and she looked very approachable. She looked like she was in her mid-20s, and she had really big glasses like me, because I was wearing glasses because I can't see far. And she had like a black, really tight top on with like a baguette in one hand and like a little tiny black purse on the other hand. And she looked approachable. So then I like asked her, hey, do you happen to have a portable phone charger? Because I am running out of battery, and I'm like, I need to go to my friend's place, but I'm not from here, and I don't know how to get like. So then she was really nice, and she laughed, and she said, no, I don't. I usually carry it around, but I don't have it with me. And then she told me there are like recharge stations at the station in New Jersey, at the train station that I could. Anyways, long story short, we kept talking even on the train, and turns out she is from Southern California. She went to UCLA. She dropped out, and she dropped out her last semester to live in New York. And she's a YouTuber, so you guys should check her out. She's really funny. She's so funny. Her name is Kelly Stamps. She is so funny. She is very well spoken. She is very outgoing, but not too much. She has a mind of like a 9-year-old. She's so wise and beautiful. She's also, she's such an interesting individual, yet she's so young. She was like a model for a ad for Kate Spade, and she's an ice skater that knows how to like do the twirly thing. She has like the craziest stories. You guys should go check out her videos. She's hilarious. She's so funny. But yeah, we're good friends. I love New York. Okay, I'm gonna play guitar. Sorry, I got carried away. Wait, don't apologize for being yourself, so. If you're still tuning in right now as we're live together tonight, thank you for your presence. And if you're from the future, I hope you're enjoying the stream of consciousness on benchmarking. And yeah. Probably wondering what's going through my head. Today is such a peculiar day. I feel very like, if I were to describe how I feel with like a sound, it sounds like like it's very like this. Whereas usually before, so I usually by the end of the stream I feel like balanced, and I feel like God's talking through me to talk to the world. Today I feel like that, but also like from a place of like like I'm very calm, and it's really late. It's strange. But yeah, in the beginning of the stream usually I feel like if I were to put it in sound form. Tim says, how do I find Kelly stamps? So on YouTube, let's see. By the way, she said she was gonna watch me, and I think she only watched me once. Hold on. Kelly stamps. You could look her up. If on YouTube, you could just look up the Kelly stamps. And I recommend you watch her. Let's see. You should watch. Let's see. Hold on. Watch. Hold on. Watch her video called "I Moved to New York City on My Own." It is hilarious, and it's really hard not to watch her other videos too. It's really difficult, and she's such an amazing. Hi James, welcome to the stream. I know it's really late, but as usual, I'm allowing my creativity to just free flow with the world, because this is the time to be me. Just be me. And again, for those of you that are tuning in that have never watched me before, and this is your first time, to learn about what this is about, I usually, for the past 4 streams, I've been explaining my intentions of the stream in the beginning of the stream, so you could rewatch them. I have a playlist for all the recordings of the live streams, so if you don't catch me on live streams, on live, while I'm live, you could still watch the re-recordings. So it's on a playlist called 28 Day Live Stream Challenge. And then if you also wanted to know when I go live, I think it'll really help if you click the bell for alerts. If you didn't opt out of the emails, you might get an email about me being live. Or if you have YouTube on your desktop, it should show you a notification when I'm live. Other than that, I don't know how you find out if I'm live. But yeah, if you haven't, you could subscribe and hit the bell so that you know when I'm live. We have 7 more days left. We'll see how that unfolds. Tim says, found her. I watch her video. Okay. Awesome. I'm gonna slowly try to wrap this up with simple takeaways for today's stream of consciousness. So if you'd also like to share a takeaway from today's stream of consciousness, feel free to put it in chat if you're live tonight with us tonight. James says, click the bell. Yes, click the bell. I've also, for these live streams, I didn't choose a certain time for it, given that I wanted to do it when it felt right and when I feel ready. So far, it's been around 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. Today, it's unusually later than I normally do, but we're still here, so. Maybe since we turned 21 days old, I should start making solid decisions with this schedule thing. The only thing is, if I aim, so naturally I feel after I've done a whole day's routine and just be I feel ready to show up for the world around like 8:39. But if I do that, I realize I'm limited in where I could do it. So tomorrow is day 22. Tomorrow is Thursday. During the daytime, but then I might not catch you guys because you guys are probably working. Let's just keep it open still. Let's just keep it open. I don't know. Let's just keep it open. Benchmark. Okay. This is something that I have thought about sharing at the end of the stream, but when I was writing the title page. So today we reviewed, and I'll do that after. Okay, so the benchmark. As we grow older, I realized that the benchmark starts to become something I don't have control over, right? Like it's like usually what companies want, what types of expectations were made in certain friendships or relationships or with family, or so I want to encourage both myself and the world. This benchmark for our personal growth, that's what I want to focus on. So for our personal groundedness and our pace in grounding ourselves, I feel that it's okay to slow down and just be still, and to create this benchmark for personal fulfillment. I'm getting that I shouldn't speak on that because that's very unique to each person, but for me it's always coming back to, okay, how do I feel? How do I feel? And really be honest with myself. And my hope is that as I practice doing that every day, each day, I become more aware and comfortable in my own skin, and that I help the world, and that each person I meet, I get to help perhaps activate that within their pace of personal growth. And for me also, what else am I? And also reminding myself that it's okay to slow down. Like, I think the most simplest way I could put where I'm at on this pacemaker of what makes my heart beat and what encourages me to focus on self-reflection, and is reminding myself it's okay that you slow down. Focus right now. Honor right now. Honor whatever it is you're doing right now. And meaning, like, if you are a part of a very fast-paced work environment, or maybe you're heavily dependent on by other people. If you feel out of control, which is what I felt, I recommend it's okay to take time to, when I say take time, it's like, it could mean different things for different people, but it's okay and forgivable, and you deserve it to take time to yourself to honor your pace. And if you recognize that you're feeling out of control, that means it's a warning. Your body's telling you, your mind is telling you, hey, you gotta stop. You gotta hone in on your energy. You gotta reclaim your groundedness again. And yeah, so the simplest way I could put it is, my pace right now is I'm trying not to focus on the past, in that I'm not forgetting what happened in the past, but I'm removing should've, could've, would've, wish I had, wish he had, wish she had. In the future, I don't know what's gonna happen. Why are we worrying about the future when, like, I can't even do this? So then I'm diligent right now in today, and I'm so happy and I'm so happy and I'm so grateful that I get to share all of this. I'm gonna just say this because it's coming through my head. I know I'm wrapping up, but there are no rules in this, okay? So I'm just gonna do it. Okay, so I have been so... Okay, so for those of you that know me in person, you guys probably know I really like writing, and I tell and share with my friends that I want to be a writer, and that I like editing videos. So what I recognized in this relationship with me and my chasing this thing, this writing thing, I have passion for it, but I am chasing it. So in the process, I lost myself in that I was benchmarking. I was creating this unhealthy, perpetual, like, self-punishment, like, guilty feeling, because even though my passion is in writing and in video editing, I recognize that the root of those things that I like to express my thoughts in, or my ideas in, my vision in, those are expressions, but that's not the end goal. I think the reason why I feel fulfilled right now is because I recognize that the main thing that I was seeking was, at moments of my groundedness, or at moments where I was clearly able to see my vision of something, not vision meaning like my purpose in life, but like vision of an experience or of a moment, when I feel so much joy for this event, and I want to share that energy, the essence of it, the energy of that experience with the world. I thought it could only come through and be given out to the world by writing and video editing, but it's not. Like, I could do it in person. I could do it. So what I'm trying to say is, don't get lost in, I'm also telling this to myself, I'm reaffirming, don't get lost. Don't get lost in pursuit of your dream, of what you think is your dream. Is that what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to say, what am I trying to tell myself? I'm trying to tell myself, what am I trying to tell myself? Oh my God, what am I trying to tell myself? I'm trying to tell myself, right now, at your pace, you are sharing your energy. You are sharing your light. You have the torch. You recognize you have the torch. You are sharing your light. That is enough. Don't worry. Just keep being diligent with what you have now, here, present moment. And if that resonated with anyone, what am I trying to say? It's coming through. I'm trying to say, okay, I'm trying to wrap this up. I'm trying to say the benchmark for your personal growth and success and happiness should come from you. It stems from you, it comes from you. And no matter how different we are, I think that's a universal truth. It comes from within you. And it may seem like it comes from a different person or a job or whatever, but it's the moment you recognize that you're aligned, like you feel like you're able to give your energy to someone or something. And what am I trying to say? I'm getting it. It's coming. So the benchmark for personal growth and success, fulfillment, for happiness comes from within you. And there are times where we don't feel it, and that's okay, because that's where you're at on this journey. And that's a needed part of the journey for you to recognize your vantage point, your groundedness. But that's why this is life, because it's always, okay, I'm gonna use my elbow again. I use this in my other stream. So this is when you feel stuck. This is when you're at your, like, you feel depleted, you feel stuck, like why am I so unhappy? Or why am I getting a divorce? Or like whatever it is you're going through that you think is, that you feel pain and suffering, let's consider that rock bottom. We somehow, however you choose to get up, whatever method, however long it takes, you do get up. And then there are going to be times where things happen again and you feel like you're getting stuck again. So you might be going down, but then you're also going up if you come back up. And so we're on this path of evolving, but we're building our awareness. And no matter how many times you hit rock bottom, we're going to be on this constant journey of learning, of dimming our light, but then bringing our light out again, and dimming our light and feeling darkness again, but then we get our light. So what I'm trying to say is it stems from you, it is within you. If you don't feel it, there are a handful of moments in our lives where we will, and I'm telling this to myself too, but right now I'm at a good place in that I recognize that I am actually learning a lesson, and I am learning, oh my god, what am I trying to say? Why is this so wordy? Why is it coming too much? I'm trying to say, life is all about change and how we adapt. It's not going to be easy. It's normal for it to be painful, because that's what it means to face change, because change is not easy. If it's easy, there are times where it's not easy. So I want to tell myself, if you get into a situation or a circumstance or a day where you feel at your lowest, and sometimes it might not even be triggered by anyone or anything or any memory. It might just be because you feel down. Don't feel like you're at square one. You're not at square one. You merely just have a time where you get to reflect and embody the pain or the confusion, and that's normal. So within my pace of my personal growth and of grounding myself, that's how I see and understand our journey of life. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay. James says, I was out of control of myself too. Yay, preach it. M says true. Thank you for being present through all of that. But I really wanted to share what was in me, and I'm really happy you guys got to hear what just literally came out through me. I'm gonna end this stream. I know it's late. It's probably more than 2 hours tonight, I feel. Is it? I'm gonna guess 2:05. Oh wow, it's only been an hour and 48 minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna play a little bit more piano, and then if you guys have any takeaways from today's stream of consciousness within the topic of benchmark, feel free to put it in chat, and then I could share it before we leave this tonight. And yeah, thank you again. To say good night if you guys are in the States, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day if you're in another country. And thank you so much for joining us on today's stream of consciousness, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I don't know what time yet again. I do want to change it up, so I will make an effort to do that. What else? Also, if you guys have any messages from today's stream of consciousness that really resonated with you, that you also want, it's to the point where you want to share it with someone, my live streams are recorded, so if you could go back and timestamp that and then share it in the comments below, that would be great. Yeah, what else? And what else? Today is, I know we've been focusing really harshly on, we emphasize a lot on the number of the day of the live stream, but today is August 14th, 2019. It's a Wednesday. I've been so focused on our number of the day, so day 21, that for some reason, I thought it was August 21st, and I was freaking out. because one of my friends' birthday is coming up, so I was like, oh my god. But yeah, today is August 14th, 2019. It is Wednesday, and we are on day 21 of our 28-day live stream challenge. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. I don't know what will unravel, but I'm really excited for it. But okay, I'm going to say bye. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for your presence. And again, for intentionally getting up today, for intentionally being here, and for intentionally pitching in. I really appreciate your presence. And again, I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Bye.